You ever play the game of Battleship when you were younger? Well, they've gone and turned it into an alien movie. Hi guys, welcome back to Movie Myth. In today's movie, we're going to be looking at the classic game-turned-alien movie, Battleship. The movie combines aliens, action, and humor in this nostalgic take on the classic game. They have taken inspiration from historical battles, books, as well as viral moments through time. A lot of effort was put into making this movie special regarding the topic it's about. The filming was made on the actual battleship, USS Missouri in World War II. All the veterans who appear in the film are real-life veterans, including the veterans who served on the Missouri during World War II. Even the alien projectiles in this movie are modeled after the pegs used in the original game of Battleship. Although this was Rihanna's acting debut, all of the actors in this movie underwent a month-long boot camp with real-life Navy SEALs to prepare for their roles and understand the tactics behind operating a battleship. And now it is time to look at the game of Battleship that is now mixed with aliens. In 2005, NASA discovered a distant planet capable of sustaining life. They quickly created a new program and sent out beacons to contact any possible intelligent life in the distant planet G, and have been trying to make contact ever since. During the same time in Hawaii, we are introduced to Alex Hopper, a loser celebrating his birthday in a bar with no one else but his older brother. His US Navy brother Stone tries to motivate him to turn his life around and tells him about the art of war, but the laid-back, egotistical Alex cannot be bothered by any of his advice, and instead shifts his focus on a bombshell who just walked in. Against his brother's wishes, Alex approaches the unknown girl, whose only concern is to be able to find and eat a chicken burrito. His gross presence immediately repulses her as it looks like he hasn't taken a shower in a week. To win her heart, Alex promises her that burrito if she gives him 5 minutes, and he takes off to accomplish his mission. Across the street, there is a gas station that just closed up shop right as he goes to get her the burrito. To his dismay, he can see the burrito right in front of him through the glass, and his persistent, reckless mind decides that he's getting that burrito no matter what. Through the camera footage, we hilariously watch his drunken attempt to break into the gas station and grab the burrito. He pretty much destroys everything inside as he crashes from the ceiling multiple times, but is successful in grabbing and heating up the burrito in the microwave. Meanwhile, at the bar, to his brother's horror, Stone hears police sirens in the distance and immediately has a worried look on his face, as he knows that his troublesome brother is surely the reason behind the sirens. Everyone exits the bar to find Alex sprinting away from the cops as he approaches the girl with her burrito. Alex is tased from behind multiple times, but crawls and drags his numb body to the girl, and with his final act before passing out, he hands her chicken burrito. The next day, Stone decides that it's time for a wake-up call. He disciplines his brother, who has been a failure so far in his life of 26 years. After revealing that the girl is actually the daughter of Admiral Shane, who runs the entire naval fleet, Stone decides that enough is enough. And now Alex must go through a dramatic change. He's joining the Navy. 6 years later, at the RIMPAC exercise, a world fair for military naval fleets from around the world, we are watching the event's intense football cup final between the US and Japan. Animosity is running high as both teams smash each other down to the last moments. The now Lieutenant Alex leads his team and is cheered on from the sides by his now girlfriend Sam, the burrito girl, with a chance to equalize the score in the last second. He gets kicked in the face by Captain Nagata from Japan and is awarded a penalty kick. Once again, against his brother's wishes, he persists on taking the penalty himself and blasts it into the sky. The entire team of USA is heartbroken as they had lost the final because of Alex's stubbornness. Later on in the evening, Alex discusses with Sam his plans to ask her father for permission to marry her. He's nervous as the Admiral is very strict and stern, with no clue what he will say to him. Meanwhile, in a galaxy far, far away, a mysterious ship has answered the beacons from space. The next day, the Admiral delivers a speech to introduce the naval exercises for the countries present. They are on board the USS Missouri, the greatest fighting ship in US history, and its previous veteran crew is in attendance as well. Alex is characteristically late to the Navy event as everyone notices his tardiness and great disappointment. After the speech, Alex and his brother discuss exactly how to approach the Admiral to ask for Sam's hand, as Captain Nagata approaches them to rub the cup loss in Alex's face. Alex makes eye contact with Admiral Shane and immediately panics and runs off to the bathroom to collect his thoughts, but as he is preparing his speech, he runs into Captain Nagata again, and this time, a fight ensues in comedic fashion as one of the crew members hears it from outside and opts not to get involved. In the aftermath of the brawl, both men are put in a disciplinary hearing by both their commanders. They make up a comical story about tripping on the wet floors and sustaining injuries as Captain Nagata tried to help out a fellow sailor in distress. After the Admiral dismisses everyone else, he scolds Alex for his inability to take anything seriously, claiming that Alex has great skill and wasted potential. He is extremely smart but displays weak character and even weaker leadership and decision-making skills. The Admiral once again recalls the art of war that Alex recognizes from his brother but has no idea what it means. Alex is warned that this year could be his final RIMPAC exercise, and to make sure he enjoys it while it lasts. On day one of the exercises, Alex and his brother Stone both have very different motives and goals heading into the friendly competition with the other nations. Stone hopes to learn as much as possible from this exercise, while Alex, as a weapons officer himself, only wants to crush everyone else and does not care whatsoever about learning anything. Alex's little speech draws a sarcastic comment from Rihanna. Yes, Rihanna, before Alex is called to the Samson, his brother Stone's ship. Alex gets informed by his brother that he is probably going to get kicked out of the Navy after the RIMPAC exercises are over. Once again, he's told that he has so much potential, but fails to learn humility. Alex asks Stone to make some calls, but it's just not possible anymore. He's dragged him as far as he could, and a regretful Alex apologizes to his disappointed brother for letting him down. On the other side of the island, Alex's girlfriend Sam is working as a physical therapist for disabled Navy veterans. She works with Mick, a highly decorated veteran who displays pure anger over losing both legs and no longer being a soldier. To calm his nerves, Sam decides to take the man with no legs on a hike. In the distance, alien ships are spotted approaching Earth and moving in formation. One of the ships breaks down and crashes as the rest land in different areas of the planet. Everyone is placed on high alert from NASA to the rest of the world's governments and militaries, as the ship's crash landings cause destruction and mayhem all around the world. The NASA scientists reveal that the alien ships are made of elements that are not on the periodic table and appear to be some kind of communication units. Admiral Shane is placed on high alert as one of the alien ships has landed in the Pacific Ocean, near where the exercises are taking place, and orders all the ships to take their fighting formations. The problem is, 3 Navy ships are too deep in the exercises and are completely in the dark. The Samson, John Paul Jones, and the Japanese Miyoko are the 3 vessels right in front of the alien ship, as they have no idea what is going on and think this is some form of exercise. Stone orders a team to approach the alien ship and Alex goes to investigate. The convoy tries to communicate with the alien ship, but they are met with dead silence. Alex boards the surface and makes his way across before setting off the ship's defenses and gets sent flying back. As a beam is shot into the air from the ship, it forms an energy barrier around the area that nothing can get past. Not even the fighter jets can get through, leaving the 3 ships all by themselves. The alien ship suddenly jumps to the surface. It looks extremely advanced, like nothing anyone else has ever seen before, as it appears to be ready to fight as well. Stone sends out a warning air horn to the ships, but it immediately responds with an EMP force that shatters everything in its glass and disrupts communication. Stone this time fires a warning shot next to the alien ship, but the aliens detect this as an act of hostility and fire back their own shot. A projectile is fired into the ship that resembles the exact same pegs from the classic Battleship games. As one manages to land, it embeds itself deeper into the hull and explodes, heavily damaging the ship and breaching the hull. As Stone tries to recuperate, multiple other projectiles are fired, and with the Samson's defenses now destroyed, all the projectiles land, obliterating the ship along with everyone aboard. After witnessing his brother's horrifying death, Alex returns to the John Paul Jones. With all the captains dead, Alex is the senior officer still alive and becomes the one in charge. He hastily acts on his foolish impulses and orders an all-out attack, and as a result, the Japanese Miyoko gets hit and destroyed. As the Miyoko is sinking, all its sailors jump in the water. The John Paul Jones has no weapons left, and Alex is finally snapped out of his bloodlust and aborts the suicide mission he was on and goes to rescue the sailors in the water. The alien ship settles down after sensing that the John Paul Jones is no longer a threat and no longer attacks them, as it appears that they only defend. The aliens, however, send out mechanical machines that look like gigantic Beyblades, as well as a convoy. One of the machines reaches a nearby army base and destroys literally everything in its path. It slices a helicopter with its tail as nothing can escape this machine. Another one is sent into the city in the middle of a baseball game. It analyzes a kid and after seeing that he's harmless leaves him alone, before going to destroy all the nearby infrastructure, causing further mayhem in the city. The Admiral informs the government that they have lost communication with the ships inside, while the rest of the Navy is trapped outside of the force. With only one ship remaining, Alex witnesses the damage that was done because of his reckless and impulsive actions, as the Japanese crew boards the American ship. Meanwhile, on Sam's hike, they watch as the alien convoy passes above them to get to the satellites that send signals back to their home planet. Sam and Mick are approached by the police and informed of the attack on the island and the Navy's involvement, and Mick ignores their warnings to get off the mountain and heads up to find the aliens. Back on the ship, Alex has hidden himself away in his room as he is unsure of his ability to be a leader. After being motivated by an officer, Walter Beast Lynch, Alex finally takes responsibility for the first time in his life as he heads down to the discovery made by the crew. They found one of the aliens afloat and reeled him in. The alien is all armored up, looking like the protagonist from Dead Space. As they remove its helmet and begin to observe it, the alien suddenly wakes up and grabs Alex, telepathically sharing their memories as we see that the aliens are a conquering race that destroys planets. Suddenly there is an explosion and a breach as multiple aliens come in and retrieve the fallen alien to take him back to their ship. As the crew recovers, they figure out that there's still an alien on board, and they quickly lock down the ship. As they search for it, Beast hears banging on the metal door as it is suddenly blown open. The alien makes his way inside and ignores Beast as he is not a threat. As it begins to destroy the ship's remaining weapons, Beast tries to stop it and the rest of the crew arrives just in time. But they are no match to this vicious alien as normal guns seem to have no effect on it. Alex lures the alien away and orders Rihanna to get to the battle station. As Alex and the alien get to the hull, Rihanna positions the ship's missile launcher to the alien's head and finally blasts the alien away. On the hike, Sam and Mick find the police now dead. As Sam grabs the car keys from their bodies, they are met by Cal, one of the NASA scientists who urges them that they need to do anything to stop the aliens from contacting home. Meanwhile, NASA is talking to the Pentagon as a scientist explains that the aliens are only concerned about establishing communication with their home planet, as their communications ship was destroyed when they landed. They are looking to use the Hawaii satellites that were used to send them here in the first place and communicate with their home planet, which will cause an extinction-level event. Back on the ship, crewmate Orty tries to put on the alien's helmet and makes a discovery. He explains to Alex that the aliens have the same eyes as lizards. The helmet acts as a sun blocker, and as lizards cannot handle the sun, neither can the aliens. On the mountain, Cal explains to Sam and Mick that the aliens can only send a transmission back home when the Earth's satellite is aligned into a certain position, which will happen in 5 hours. Before then, the satellites on Earth are useless. Meanwhile, Alex and the rest try to come up with a plan. They have no line of sight and cannot use their radars. Captain Nagata suggests that the aliens can't see them either since they are still alive up to this point. He recalls the art of war to Alex's confusion once again and suggests a way where they can track the aliens. They use water anchors in the ocean and monitor their displacement to reveal where a ship is moving in the water, and they soon have a map resembling the original game of Battleship, as they still have to guess the ship's next location. Alex shows Nagata a sign of respect and hands him command of the situation, showing that he's matured throughout the situation. On the mountain, Sam suggests calling Alex to have him blast the satellites in the mountains, but the aliens have all communications jammed. Cal tells them that there is a way to call through the jams using a device located where the aliens are, and Mick urges him to go get it. Back on the ship, after spotting the aliens, they fire toward them, revealing their own position as well as an alien ship starts heading toward them. On the island, Mick forces Cal to sum up the courage to go get the device from between the aliens. Cal sneaks in and is spotted holding the briefcase, but sensing no danger coming from him, the alien lets him go. The ship tries to fire at the aliens again, but now another ship is coming after them. As the aliens fire their deadly projectiles towards them, they manage to evade them. They fire once more at the aliens, and finally hit them, destroying 2 of their ships. Sam is able to call Alex and explain the satellite situation to him, telling him that he now has 4 hours to destroy them. The aliens pick up on what the humans are doing and begin maneuvering all over the place, not letting them track their movements. Alex comes up with a new plan. He orders them to position the ship in front of the mountains and wait till sunrise while he and Nagata take sniping positions. The alien ship faces them, and right as the sun blares in its face, they shoot out the windows and let the sun do its work. The crew capitalizes on this and fires all their weapons, and the alien ship is blasted apart. The celebration is short-lived, however, as 2 mechanical weapons have been fired towards them. The 2 machines rip through the ship and quickly destroy it. The crew is forced to evacuate into the water as the ship starts to sink. Alex and Nagata help each other up the sinking ship and jump off right before it splits apart. Sam watches in horror from the mountain as Alex's ship is destroyed. Mick reassures her that there are several lifeboats and the crew looks fine. As the aliens prepare their signal upload, Mick plans to force them to miss the satellite window. Back in the water, the crew is defeated. They have no hope left as they have no ships, but lying dormant under their eyes all along has been the vessel of their salvation. They have one more ship, the USS Missouri. The decommissioned ship has turned into a museum and has become a tourist attraction, but not today. The ship is 70 years old, outdated, operated by old technology, engine hasn't been fired in decades, and the entire crew has no idea how to operate the ship. But in the country's desperate time of need, the war veterans report for duty. Alex tells the war veterans that they have already given so much for their country, and no one has the right to ask more from you. But I'm asking. Under the epic music of Thunderstruck, they all work together as they resurrect the ship, reigniting it for the first time in decades. The veteran crew has a fire in their eyes as they have finally been called again to serve, and return to what they do, like a kid going back to the playground. They release the ship from its chains and send it into battle. As they enter the water, they spot the energy beams coming from its original source, which is revealed to be the mothership, bigger and badder than all the previous ships. It readies its deadly arsenal and aims for the Missouri as it looks like they have no chance to match it. But in the face of adversity, Alex rises to the occasion. He thinks about the art of war and orders the ship to move in the opposite direction of their guns and releases the ship's anchor. Right as the aliens fire at their course, the anchor snaps, causing the ship to drift in the water, and the projectiles miss the ship that has now turned to face the aliens, switch their guns, and they fire everything that they have. The alien ship is shattered, and the energy dome finally falls. Seeing this, the Admiral sends out his entire fleet forward to join the attack. Alex tells Nagata that after all these years he finally understands the art of war, but ironically, Nagata replies that his understanding of it is not what it means at all. On the mountains, the aliens begin uploading their signals into space. Sam drives their car into the devices and halts it, but the crash has pinned them down as an alien fighter approaches them. Finally getting his moment to release the anger built inside him, Mick decides that he's got this situation. Meanwhile, the Missouri has only one round left that is not even loaded. Beast explains that it weighs over 1,000 pounds and they have to load it 500 feet away. The entire crew lifts it together as they make their way to load it. Mick on the island begins fighting the alien, unleashing his anger on it, but he is soon overpowered, and right before he is killed, Cal saves the day from out of nowhere and they defeat the alien. Back in the waters, the alien ship is still running and loads up its destroyers. With only one round left and having no choice but to fire it toward the mountain, Alex tells Nagata, who has become his friend, that it was an honor serving with him, and Nagata says that the honor was mine, and they fire. They manage to destroy the satellites on the mountain, finally ending the threat of an invasion. But at the same time, the alien ship fires towards them. With no defenses or any rounds left, there is no hope. In the nick of time, the machines are suddenly blown up by fighter jets. The Navy swoops into the battlefield and destroys what remains of the alien ship, and they are finally victorious as the ship sails into the sunset. Sometime later, the entire crew is honored, as well as Mick, who receives a special award for his brave actions. Stone is granted an award and Alex receives it on his behalf and is told to stand fast, as he himself has earned the Silver Star Medal, and finally earning the respect of the Admiral as well as everyone else. As everyone celebrates after, Sam urges Alex to complete his hardest task yet, asks the Admiral for his permission to marry her. Alex finally delivers his speech and asks the Admiral, but is told no. "I saved the world," Alex says, to which the Admiral replies that saving the world is one thing, and dealing with his daughter is another matter entirely. As the Admiral walks off, he mentions to Alex that he'll have a chicken burrito for lunch, revealing that he was only teasing him. The Admiral tells him that they'll discuss the terms of his surrender over a meal. This movie is one of those that is rewatchable again and again, and you can never get tired of it. I mean, they managed to turn the game everyone played as a child and mixed it with aliens. It doesn't get any better than that. The movie incorporates humor and action together really well, and with the help of the soundtracks and AC/DC playing over the action, it does not get any more epic than that. This is one of those movies that just deserves to have a sequel. Well, this brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support is so important. And tell me what you think about this film. Did you play Battleship much as a kid and enjoyed its incorporation into the movie? Are you hoping to see a sequel one day happen, or should they just let this movie rest on its own? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.